Hey, big dreamers. This is Liz from Big Dream with Liz. If this is your first time here, this is where I give intuitive advice based on what I love, what I'm good at, and what I think you need most, also known as the flavor generator. We're going to pick the person of the day. There are 8 archetype person categories, but 12 total categories. 4 of them are subcategories of these 8 options. So I'll let you know if we get a subcategory or 2. I hope you're doing all right. I had to take a week off, if you may have noticed. Number 5, the organizer. Number 5, organizer bag, which has orange, yellow, and green paper options in it. Orange represents passion, yellow represents power and product, and green represents purpose. So I try to get one of each color. Oh wait, 2 yellows, 1 green, and 1 orange. But sometimes we get multiple since they're all in the same bag. What is the organizer, you might be asking? Number 5 is number 5 in the program. So that is when you are getting organized with your ideas, creative ideas, clearing out some clutter in your mind and in your space so that you can focus on what you truly want and need to be focusing on at this time. And if you need help with that, I am very good at organization, so I can help you with those things. However, I have found it difficult to set goals and reach them at a reasonable time frame because I procrastinate due to perfectionism. Oh, and the organizer also is if you are wanting to start your own business. This is where you are figuring out what that might look like and how to do certain things that you may or may not have experience doing. I have lots of retail and customer service experience, so that's also why this is something I can teach others about. So today, the organizer, number 5, is passionate about efficiency. Their power is taking initiative. Their purpose is, hey, this goes together, be efficient with tasks. Check that out, guys. That's cool when that happens. It's a sign. Be efficient with tasks. Be disciplined toward those goals. Have less distractions. And be determined to succeed your way. And the product of the day is merchandising. Okay, so what does it mean to be efficient, to have efficiency? And why would I be passionate about that? Because I don't like to waste time. It already takes me forever to do things. So if you're like that, if you can relate, then maybe it's time to be more efficient with your time. So what does that look like? How do you do that? Other than taking initiative, which is getting done what you see that needs to be done, just doing it without hesitation, without asking other people's approval or advice or waiting for somebody to tell you what to do. You just do it. You see what needs to be done and you do it. To be efficient with time would be, how many things do I need to do? Can I multitask something, or can I laser focus and get something done really quickly? Some people say to get your large projects done first, or your creative things done first. But if you're me, if you're like me, you might take days, months, years to finish a creative project. So to put time towards something that will potentially take you a very long time to complete might not be the best way and method for you to accomplish things. So if you can accomplish small tasks that are maybe not just procrastination tasks, which would be like cleaning something that you don't need to be cleaning right now because it has nothing to do with anything. However, cleaning something that might not have anything to do with anything could be a sign that you need to clear out clutter, or energetically clearing out and cleaning out a space so that you can make room for new things in your life or in your space. So it's not always a bad thing to do that. And if you feel intuitively like that is something that you need to do in a certain area of your home or your life, then just do it. Who cares what I say or what anyone else says? But to be efficient would be finding a way to get things done more quickly, finding things that could be done while you're doing something else. Like when I do my own hair and makeup or getting dressed or showering even, I will be listening to motivational videos, my friends' videos that they've released, or different things that I think could inspire me during the day, or music while I get ready. That's multitasking. That's being efficient with your time. Sometimes you can't do that. So use discernment on what you can or cannot be efficient multitasking with. But efficiency isn't just multitasking. Efficiency is also, like when I worked in different jobs in food production where we had to package up the food, like in a bakery, there were different tricks that were taught to me of how to, you open up all the containers at once, you have everything ready to go, you just put something in a container, one after the other, quickly as possible, like factory style, one task at a time. Then you close all the containers at the same time. Then you label all the containers at the same time. Instead of like completing one container, filling it up, closing the container, putting a label on it, and then moving on to the next container, it's easier if you do batch work. Okay, so that's a way to be efficient. Taking initiative. And why do I love efficiency? Because I love efficiency because it's efficient. That's about it. Take less time to do things, which is silly because I seem to take forever to do things sometimes because I overthink or I make things more complicated than they have to be. So another way of being efficient is to think about what is prioritizing your tasks. What is the most important thing to do right now for that day, for that moment, and do that first. Taking initiative would be what I said earlier, not listening to other people, just doing what you see needs to be done. Sometimes that's not efficient if you are working on a team and they do want something done a certain way, and then you go ahead and do it your own way, and it's not the way that actually needed that task to be done. So check in with your situation on that. Then again, if you already kind of know what to do, you don't really need to wait for somebody to tell you to do it. You just can do it. And with your own business or schooling or whatever it is you're trying to do, just do it. Just get it done, especially if you know you can accomplish it quite easily. And if you have questions and you don't have someone to ask, Google it. Look it up online. That is a nice little 2023 hack of how to get something done. If you don't know how to do something, look it up online. We have that privilege. And here we go. Again, your purpose, to be efficient with tasks. We already covered what that means. So think about what you need to get done. Write it down. That's helpful. Type it out, write it out. A to-do list of sorts. What is the most important thing? What is the most important thing that won't take as long? To me, it's easier to get the small things done first, and then what I have left are more major time-consuming tasks. But I get more overwhelmed the more things I have on my plate to do, and if I type it all out and I'm super overwhelmed by the list and how long it is, I think about what needs to be done first as far as time is concerned, and also how long something might take me. If there is something that won't take me very long, I will do that first. So that, to me, is being efficient with tasks. Be disciplined toward those goals. Be disciplined. This one's harder for me. Sometimes I procrastinate because I'm a perfectionist and I want things done a certain way. And I tend to get overwhelmed easily by details or amounts of things to do. So I have to sometimes face my fears and my discomfort and just go headfirst into diving into a project that might be a little overwhelming or facing some of my uncomfortable emotions, which usually have to do with perfectionism and feeling a lack of self-worth or self-doubt, a lack of confidence. So for me lately, it has been working on choreography for dance for the company that I'm in, for their movement collective. And I have a soloist that I'm working with and solo piece of choreography. And even though I've been dancing my whole life pretty much and choreographed when I was little, have choreographed for dance studios that I taught at and different things, I still struggle with just being okay with what I'm creating. I tend to overanalyze and compare with other people and judge things as I come up with them. Therefore, creating a unsafe and fearful state of creation rather than a playful, fun, or explorative state of creation. So I'm working on just kind of moving and picking things out, doing something first, recording it, writing it down or whatever, and then editing later. So that might be a good approach for you. But to be disciplined would be just to go do it. Have to get started on it. Otherwise, you won't ever get it done. And the disappointment of yourself not completing or doing something is worse a lot of the time than if you did a little bit of something. And then it will be easier to pick up later if you don't complete it that day. It will be easier to pick it up the next time because you have already started. And maybe it will help you also to have less distractions. Turn off the TV. Music helps me to get in flow, especially in the flow state, especially with creative things and choreography. But if it's choreography with a certain song and you're getting tired of hearing the song over and over again, try a different song and use choreography for that. This is just my example because it's what I have been doing lately. But music helps me with getting into a focused state of mind in whatever tasks I am trying to accomplish. So maybe that will help you. I do better with no other people around and my cats. If you could hear things during this video, it's my cats, and they are distracting too. But it's better than people talking to you and taking your mind off of whatever it is you're trying to focus on. So maybe if you can go somewhere or make space for yourself to be alone so that you don't have as many distractions. Lots of people recommend turning off your phone and using your phone at designated times of day for social media or checking email or whatever it is you do, checking text messages. I don't necessarily do that. I try to wait until I'm done with something to check my phone or to reply back to somebody, but I don't have an exact scheduled part of the day at this point in time to where I use my phone in social ways. So maybe I should. That might help me to focus in on things a lot better. I do spend less time scrolling on social media than I did in past months, so that has helped me to focus on what I need to do. Lastly, on the purpose, be determined to succeed your way. Do things the way you know is best for you. You will know when things come up for you that you are avoiding, like procrastination and perfectionism kind of tendencies. You know what those are for you, and you know what distractions are most distracting for you. And you'll know when you need to really dial it in and focus in on something, and when you can allow yourself the freedom of having distractions or playtime or, just more freedom. So you know what you need to do deep down. Sometimes it takes an accountability buddy like myself to help you stay on track if you need my help. I'm having a hard time keeping myself on track sometimes, but I'm getting there. And that's because I'm determined to succeed my way, because everyone else is waking up at 6 a.m. to get things done earlier in the day just doesn't work for me. I'm a night owl. I've been a night owl since I was in middle school, and I've tried to adjust it in work, different jobs I've had, and it just doesn't work out. So I just choose to be more creative and focus in on things later at night, and that's just the way I do it. So that is being determined to succeed your way, and other people may tell you that's not good enough or that you can't accomplish what you want, a dream life, because you're not going to bed early and waking up early. But it's the same thing, just a different shift. That's just an example. The product of the day has nothing to do with anything here. Merchandising, that comes from retail work that I've done. That's why this is a skill. A power of mine that I also made into products, because you can turn your power into a product. Merchandising. What the hell is that? When you are decorating a space social media page, you are wanting your brand, you're wanting to brand yourself. So you are displaying your page a certain way for people to get an idea of who you are and what you do in a split second or a few seconds. That is a form of merchandising. It's also merchandising if you go to a store and there's shelves with products on them for sale. And sometimes they don't look so good at certain stores, and sometimes they look great, like at a boutique, and they've staged everything and merchandised it to a certain theme and have mannequins dressed up with clothes on them that look good that they're trying to sell. That is merchandising. So it comes in many different forms. Hey, there's my cat, one of them. That's Floki. Floki! Floki! Anyway, merchandising comes in different forms. I am needing to redo my website, so I will be merchandising my website soon with all of my services and my coaching program. Different products or services that I have to sell will be merchandised on my website. And that doesn't really have anything to do... Okay, here's the other kitty. She jumped up on the table. Tovi? These guys are hyper right now. Oh, there she is. You're blocking my camera. Hello. Okay. So, what was I saying? Efficiency, taking initiative, be efficient, be disciplined, have less distractions, be determined. Those are good words. And then merchandising. The organizer is good at merchandising, needs to merchandise. Figure out what it is you want to help other people with, if you haven't already. And that could be a product where you don't show your face whatsoever and you have other people selling it for you at a business. You might be introverted like me and you don't necessarily want to be on camera, but part of you does. So you might do a little bit of both. You might have selling things by display online or in a store, or you are talking about it on a camera, on social media. And I'm trying to do a little bit of both. But yes, figure out what it is you want to sell people or the service that you want to offer others. And figure out what is the best way to showcase that to others so that they understand what it is you have to offer them and how you can help them. And that would be taking initiative too. Be efficient with your time, with your tasks. Be efficient with your tasks. And be disciplined toward the goals that you have set for yourself. Set small enough goals that you can achieve them in a, set a time frame if you need to, but big enough goals that you actually are accomplishing goals. Take away distractions, whatever they are for you, but designate time for those distractions to be a part of your life so that you don't drive yourself into the ground with stress and overwhelm. And be determined to succeed your way, whatever that looks like for you, because you are a unique individual. And even though I'm trying to give you advice based on my own life experiences, maybe it's not the right advice for you, and that's okay. But only you will know for sure. You can always try different things and see what works and see what doesn't work for you. And oftentimes, if you keep running into the same block, either that means something is not for you after all, or you still have a lot of fear surrounding getting that going or accomplishing that particular task. So back it up a little bit, see what you can do to prep yourself for that bigger task, and take away those little steps in front of that bigger daunting task, and maybe you will get to the point to be able to accomplish that next big thing in your own way. I hope that is helpful. Thanks for supporting my channel, and if you don't follow me on Instagram already, it is big.dream.with.liz. I try to do daily flavor of the day stories based on these archetypes, person categories, and you can check my story highlights to see what person resonates with you most right now. I have personal development worksheets that I've created that you can try for free. Now's the time to do that, and I need to get some reviews and feedback in order to set up an actual legitimate program. So if you're interested in personal development worksheets that have to do with finding your purpose, finding your passion, finding what you're good at, finding what you value, I have worksheets in all of those categories. And this whole coaching method is based on the Ikigai, which is a Japanese concept meaning your reason for being. And it incorporates what you love, what you're good at, what you think the world needs most, and how you could be paid for all of those things put together, which involves your life purpose, why you are here, and all of your childhood passions into what you can do as your life purpose. Okay, thanks again. Subscribe to the channel if you like this video, like it, and share it with your friends or family members. I'm here to help bring out the inner magic you have always had, but forgot about. And I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.